Good Thursday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the daily video forecast discussion for this pretty nice day out there. It's a cool one for Thursday, the 29th of May, 2014. Current temperatures this morning are in the low to the mid 50s, pretty uniform across the entire region. Low to mid 40s, upper 40s across southeastern Connecticut and interior New York State, the lower Hudson Valley region. This is a bit below climatological levels for morning minimums at this time of the year, but nonetheless, it's pretty nice outside this morning. We have high overcast conditions from central and southern New Jersey, points south and west. We have a northeast wind that is light off of the ocean. We have some clearing with broken clouds across the New York City metropolitan area out towards Long Island, southeastern New York, and interior Connecticut this morning as a wedge of high pressure. We're on the southern edge of high pressure tries to build in across the region, so a lot more clearing is occurring from New York City, points north and east, and more clouds from central and southern New Jersey along the stalled out frontal boundary. The backdoor cold front that passed yesterday is now well south and west, and we'll show you that in just a moment. What is comfortable is the dew points because they're in the low to the mid 40s throughout the region on that cool marine air mass that is in place. Visible satellite view this morning shows the high pressure nosing in from off the southern New England coast with a batch of clearing skies, broken ceilings across extreme northeastern New Jersey, parts of the New York metropolitan Long Island area, the north shore of Long Island into southern Connecticut, where it's mostly clear this morning and cool as well, with temperatures here in the 40s. And where we have more cloud cover here, we have the frontal boundary now well south and east of the metropolitan area that it's stalled out. Still have some disturbances within this flow, and just a mid-level deck of clouds, mid to upper level deck of clouds across the region stretching from west to east. Water vapor shows the content very well, with some mid and high level moisture content still around the region today. Further to the north and east, the dome of high pressure is in control with convergence and sinking air across the region, and as a result, skies are trying to brighten up in this region during this morning. Radar composite this morning shows the disturbances just around or to the north of the frontal boundary this morning, and they're well to the south and west. Some of these again may get over and clip the portions of the Delmarva later this afternoon and this evening. It's also possible that some of this activity could get into southeastern Pennsylvania, say around the I-95 turnpike there, into southeastern New Jersey, the Delaware Water Gap here down to 95, down to Washington, D.C. Could see a few showers and even a thunderstorm later this afternoon. Most of this region here will remain generally dry, however, but a considerable amount of cloud cover is still in the forecast for today with some breaks to the north and east. Morning sounding out of Philadelphia this morning shows we still have somewhat of a cap in the atmosphere here in the mid-levels of the atmosphere from 900 up to about 800 millibars. Also, a little moisture is trapped underneath this too, and that's keeping the mid and upper level cloud cover around the region this morning. Places like Poughkeepsie have less of this inversion in place, and as a result, separation here of the dew point and temperature departures. So with that, drier air is in place across the northeastern region this morning as seen in the Poughkeepsie sounding. And on the aviational deck, we have absolutely no delays here on arriving or departures across the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia, Mid-Atlantic region. And the pollen levels are at a pretty steady state as the pollen-producing plants continue to deliver a fairly constant level of pollen in the air. Oak, grasses, and mulberry today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday around the medium range. Yesterday we had quite a smattering of temperatures, departures across the region. Look at our northeast flow. Temperatures in parts of Massachusetts reached into the upper 40s and lower 50s yesterday. Temperatures in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area topped off into the lower 60s, upper 50s, the further into Yonkers and points to southern Connecticut. And then temperatures just really stayed uniform with that raw northeast wind off the ocean. Temperatures right along the coastal plain in the 50s. And then they jumped into the 70s and even 80s as you got down towards Philadelphia and Baltimore and points to the south and west. And look at this. Virginia had temperatures yesterday in the 90s. So from the 40s, upper 40s to the 90s over such a small span of the mid-Atlantic region yesterday. where those showers and thunderstorms raced southeast again of the region last night and yesterday morning, producing some flooding concerns across southeastern Pennsylvania and central and southern New Jersey, where we had just about over a half of an inch of rain in many of these locations. And this area of showers and thunderstorms is now well dissolved, or disseminated actually, across the southeastern area here, and we're not expecting much in the way of severe weather today, and absolutely very little of this in our forecast region. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We have small craft advisories until 6 this evening, and that's for northeast winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas 4 to 7 feet. By the way, there's also a moderate risk of rip currents along the New Jersey, New York, and Delaware facing beaches today. Surf zone forecast for New Jersey coastal beaches. We're expecting mostly cloudy skies today, a slight chance of showers, temperatures in the lower 60s, east winds at about 15. Surf zone about 4 to 5 feet. The water temperature about 62 degrees near the surf there. The UVI index is high. Moderate risk of rip currents. And the next low to high tide at Sandy Hook will be at 8:53 this evening. Delaware beaches, high rip current risk in effect through this evening. Cloudy skies, there is a chance of showers. Temperatures in the mid 60s, northeast winds at 15 to 20 miles an hour. Surf heights about 5 to 6 feet. Water temperature at the surf about 65 degrees. The UVI index is about 6, and the high surf for large swells to produce dangerous pounding surf and rip currents at the beaches. The rip currents will be life-threatening to anyone who enters the surf. Anyone visiting the beaches should stay out of the surf during today. The next high tide will be at 9:11 p.m. during tonight. Google Earth mapping current wind streams here. We find our northeast onshore flow across the region today, and that will continue to be with us through tonight. And for the aviational weather deck, a persistent northeast to east surface flow across the region today. Keep plenty of low clouds in place. Ceilings are mostly IFR to low MVFR early this morning. They will remain so through the mid-morning when some small improvements in ceilings possible. Much of the guidance points to low clouds hanging in most of the day in most areas. One exception will be across Allentown, Trenton, and North Philadelphia, where enough dry air may arrive this afternoon to bring a period of VFR later this afternoon, and so that's pretty good news. The outlook for tonight, basically lowering ceilings again, mostly overnight tonight, possibly below MVFR once again. And for tomorrow, IFR to MVFR start mainly due to ceilings, improving to VFR conditions, scattered showers and thunderstorms, gusty winds, and brief MVFR conditions. Highest chances at airports towards New York City tomorrow. And Friday night through Monday, predominantly VFR, some MVFR conditions, and fog at rural airports on Sunday, and more confidently on Monday morning. Right now, outside of Newark, New Jersey, if we can pull this up, that's Morristown. Here's Newark. It's 53, dew point 42, humidity 66%. And the wind is out of the northeast at 10. The sky is fair, and basically some broken ceilings at 2,400 feet. And basically just a few clouds around the region today, scattered clouds across the region, variable winds, mostly onshore. Basically MVFR to VFR conditions. Philadelphia this morning, 54 degrees. Dew point is 45. The wind is northeast at 8. Overcast conditions at 2,300. And they're basically looking for overcast conditions throughout the morning into the early afternoon hours, right through the early evening hours with a light and variable onshore wind. Morning surface chart from weatheroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows our backdoor cold front now well to our south and west. Marine air mass in place, southern edge of high pressure here across the region. And it looks like this is going to wash out, but still be a focal mechanism for showers and thunderstorms across the region as this disturbance here races in over the top of the ridge during tomorrow as the ridge begins to push out to the east. And we could have some showers and thunderstorms around the region later tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening before a beautiful weekend sets up. Meteorological summer begins on Saturday, June 1st. It's also the start of hurricane season as well for record-keeping purposes, and we've got nothing really going on in the tropics to talk of yet. Meteorological summer begins on Saturday, and the weather is going to be absolutely sublime for this weekend, and what a great opener it will be. The latest 8 to 10 day 500 millibar mean height anomalies in decameters from the European, the GFS, and CMC model continue to show us not much change from where they've been over the last couple of days, and this takes us through about the first week or so of June, We're still stuck with basically a zonal flow here blocking over the top, showing up on all the model guidance here. And this keeps us basically in between 2 or 3 different types of air masses, and depending on how these set up each day will determine whether we're going to be on the warm and humid sector and stuck in with frontal boundaries stalled out with showers and thunderstorms. And on other days when those frontal boundaries are pushed further south, we'll be in more of a marine and continental Canadian air mass in place, and that means high pressure like the one that's going to be affecting us during this weekend. So it's going to be basically a facilitating kind of an air mass situation where we're going to find some days where good weather is going to be predominating and other days where more humid, cloudy, cooler weather with showers and thunderstorms about the region. This looks like it's going to continue right into the first part of June as well. Latest HRR, high resolution rapid refresh model from Penn State Seawall site for the next several hours. First of all, beginning this morning from the initialization, this looks a little bit overdone here. Could be a little bit more of convective feedback. Notice the HRR model brings a lot more clearing, broken clouds to central and southern New Jersey. One of these disturbances rolling over the top and then through Philadelphia, the Delmarva region with some light rain during this afternoon. That moves out. But notice the HRR brings a lot more clearing across the region for this afternoon. That could be a little bit more sunshine than currently forecasted for northern New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area. The NAM model keeps more of an easterly flow in place. And then, of course, it's just a matter of where the low deck of clouds and easterly flow set up, keeping these showers and thunderstorms further to the south and a more stable environment here across the New Jersey, New York, and Philadelphia metro area. Latest model guidance from the NAM WRF Composite Reflectivity Forecast from Penn State Seawall site shows about the same kind of thing. Broken ceilings, a lot more low-level clouds, a few disturbances here in the flow about the region, moving into the Philadelphia, southern New Jersey coastlines by late this afternoon, this evening, and overnight. And some light rain moving across the terminals as well. This is showing up especially on the NAM reflectivity forecast going towards near midnight tonight. And that moves out in just some broken ceilings, and then we get into more sunshine tomorrow morning, especially into the afternoon with scattered cloud cover disturbance and frontal boundary approaching from Canada, impulse moving through the region. Where convective temperatures are going to be met, some showers and thunderstorms moving across the region, especially interior sections of New Jersey, New York City, not out of the question. That moves through tomorrow night, and then we set up for a nice weekend, starting the day on Saturday with lots of sunshine, and we continue with sunshine and scattered cloud cover around during the afternoon with seasonal temperatures. GFS maps into motion. Here is basically the southern edge of high pressure across the region, stalled out frontal boundary to our south, and high pressure building in across the region. Low clouds and onshore flow give way to veering winds during tomorrow. Southwesterly winds, surface trough moves across the region. Surface boundary level moves across the region on Friday afternoon, touching off some convective temperatures, some convection during the afternoon. Scattered pop showers and thunderstorms. No widespread showers or thunderstorms. Any of these thunderstorms obviously are capable of brief heavy downpours. We're not expecting heavy precipitation, but like the ones we've seen this season so far, as convective activity has outperformed what even the models have been suggesting, dropping some fast and copious amounts of precipitation to the ground very quickly. And this is again likely during tomorrow afternoon, especially across southeastern New York, Connecticut, northeastern and northwestern New Jersey into New York City and points to the north and east, less so for central and southern regions. And then as that moves through the region, then heights build in across the Midwest up through the upper plains. This builds in with surface high pressure and upper level high pressure building in across the region over the weekend. Meteorological summer begins. Temperatures rise to near seasonal levels in the low to the mid 70s with lots of sunshine and scattered cloud cover around on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday afternoon. Looks like we have to wait for Tuesday before a warm frontal boundary sets up. More zonal flow here. Disturbances rolling over the top. And we could have more showers and thunderstorms scattered about as these disturbances race along the boundary. This would begin early on Tuesday, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. Could get a break in the action early on Wednesday, and then another disturbance moves in across the region later in the period. And it's going to be more unsettled as we get into the middle and ending part of next week as well. Roberts. So for Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a great Thursday afternoon. We'll be back in video form bright and early on Friday morning.